So, um, we're asking parents though now because the focus of FaithSong is to equip parents to be the spiritual leaders in their homes, and so we're asking parents to do a new habit, to start something new. This conversation at home, this dialogue with their kids, and it's got the 4 steps that you outlined. How are we going to keep that going so it doesn't stop or doesn't ever start?
Well, we're going to pray a lot about it ourselves.
Yeah,
because that is exactly the point of what makes FaithSong and the concepts we're working with in FaithSong so very, very difficult is we're asking people to try something that is so outside of their box that it's going to take a lot of patience for them, and we need to encourage them and build them up and keep on showing them that they're making progress. They have to feel as though they're having some kind of success and that there's a value in the dialogue that they're generating at home or even at church on Sunday morning when they're together with other parents. And so that's the hardest part of all. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure what the answer is. We're talking about the possibility of making a weekly phone call to several parents and asking them, how's it going? And what's coming on?
That was my idea, that you'd have a person, dedicated volunteer, who they pick, let's say, 4 or 3 parents a week, and they call Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, probably Tuesday or Wednesday. They call the parents, say, "How's it going?" The play of the week, conversing with your kids, and they're going to hear struggles maybe the parents are having, and maybe that person can give them feedback or ideas. Maybe the person, you know what, I don't have an idea of how to handle that situation or that struggle you're going through. I'm going to talk to Ken or Pastor and I'll get back to you. But then they got 3 or 4 parents that they've talked to personally to encourage them, hear them vent maybe if it's not going well. And then later in the week, like Wednesday, Thursday, they email all the parents and say, some of the parents I've talked to, this is what they're struggling with. Here are the ideas we gave them. Or here's the parent who has an idea that they started doing this routine at home and it works really well. Maybe it'll work out for you. Just to encourage you. Here's the play of the week, and I'm praying for you. And just keep at it, because we're learning a new habit. We're all learning a new habit, and we need someone to encourage the parents. And then every week they call a different group of 3 or 4, so that they don't feel. And then the parents also would know about this up front. On that first Sunday.
And you're thinking that's not me. I'm doing.
You got enough on your plate.
Okay. Yeah. So it's important to find somebody who has the gift of encouragement, and who is willing to share that time with the congregation by doing this service and being the encouragement for the parents who are involved in the FaithSong program.
The one thing that we had a very similar program at St. Matthew, and that's the one thing we didn't have. We didn't have this encourager person to encourage the parents. And when we had a quarterly parent meeting, how's it going? Nobody was doing it. Nobody was doing the dialogue with their kids at home. And while the kids were having great on Sunday morning, it wasn't accomplishing the purpose, which was to equip the parents to be the spiritual leaders, which is the same thing that FaithSong wants to do. So I think we really need that encouragement to the parents on an individual, specific level for a few, and then a broad encouragement to the rest.
And we can always come back to that encouraging component by starting out the following Sunday by asking how they go. And, if they're honest and they say, well, it hasn't been going very good at all, I don't like this idea, and I'm quitting the whole thing because I've had it up to here with this crazy outside-the-box idea, that we provide an opportunity to talk through that. Because that's also part of the conversation that we're trying to generate. And in the process of talking through that we are encouraging each other and lifting each other up. And I guess what I'm sensing now, John, as we're talking about this is, while we are saying we want the conversation to be going on in the home, and we want the conversation to be going on among parents with each other so that they are learning from each other and encouraging each other. But the conversation we're talking about really is everybody, isn't It even involves, all the leadership, the pastors. I mean, we have to be kind of a part of the conversation in some regards as well, in some respects as well. Be thinking about this prior to that Sunday when the play of the week emerges. To be talking with each other about this the week before that play of the week emerges.
Yeah, definitely the pastors and the staff, they need to be thinking about it ahead of time. The parents are still focused on trying to get the play of the week they just learned taught to their kids.
Right. I mean, it's easy to create a worksheet or a kind of a preview for the next week. Relatively easy. It takes my time, but it doesn't take everybody's time. But the fact is, we all do need to be part of the conversation. It isn't enough. We can't be kind of a backstage sage on the stage, where we're all of our planning and all of that. We just are finding a new way to tell everybody how to do things and not do it ourselves.
Yeah.
Right. So what we are trying to do is everybody's mindset is going to be taking a little bit drastic turn here.
Yeah. Because those who are another weakness that I saw in St. Matthew's attempt at this was that the teachers weren't necessarily doing this in their own home, and so then they couldn't help. If a parent would feel more comfortable talking to one of the teachers rather than you or pastor about whatever it is they're struggling with, they really want to be the spiritual leaders. We saw that in the Blue Door report where they want to be spiritual leaders, they don't know how. We have to have all the people on board trying this method so that they can relate and they can give examples of, we tried this, and yes, we struggled with that same thing too.
So that means that if I'm going to lead other people to be part of a conversation and change their habit and their lifestyle, then I have to be having a conversation with my wife every now and then.
Yeah.
Or with you.
Yeah.
Or with my pastors. Yeah. I mean, we have to be talking about this stuff.
It's